Welcome back to Power Cave Training. First, a little update on my new goal program, my nutrition program. It's done really good. I've had a good week. Blood pressure's back to normal. I've been to 2 Christmas parties and cheated very, very little, so I'm pretty happy with that. Trying to get through the rest of the season, doing just as well. So I have decided to try to get my knees to work better, my knees and my hips, because I've squatted all these years in competition where your hips being lower than your knees was deep. We consider it a deep squat. I never went any deeper, never had a reason to. But now I find out that just to do things in life and play certain sports, I have to have knees that go a little bit deeper. So I'll show you 3 exercises that I do. One will be for my ankle and calves. One will be for, the other 2 will be for knees and hips and lower back. So we're gonna go into this first. I'm gonna show you, the first one I'm gonna show you is my calf stretch and my calf raise. And I do that using platforms. There's 3 different kinds that I have. This is just a block, and there's, they come in a pair, and I have a pair of these, which I use. They're easy to take to the gym too. And then I have this one that I picked up recently that I use. As you can see the different, and so I use that for a lot of different exercises. The ones I probably use the most are these ones, which are adjustable. So they can stay for, they go from anywhere from very, very low to quite high. So I keep them at, right now I'm at level 3, which has been a big improvement for me over the time here. So I'll show you how I do these. And I'm not using, I don't use weights on them, but I line them up on my rack. And I do sets of 5, holding them for 10 at each end. So I start with on my heels, leaning in. Then up. Then down. Up. Back down. Back up. And then sometimes when I'm deadlifting or squatting, I'll just come out and get my heels up, and get my heels down onto the platform and my toes raised, and just lean into this thing and hold it. Great calf stretch. So that'd be my exercise for that. And then my next one was squatting deep, which again should be real deep. And you should be able to hold that for, they say up to 5 minutes. I can hold it for about 30 seconds. So I decided to find a way to modify that, and I did it with bands, which I have up here. I have 2 sets of them up here, these big thick ones and a little bit lighter ones, so it depends on body weight and how strong somebody is. The issue with bands, and I'd really like to talk about these a little bit, is I use bands a lot. I use a lot of different sizes. If you go to most gyms, they have bands, but I've worked at 3 of them, 3 different gyms, and nobody ever inspects these things. So when I'm going to use one, I'll just go through it, look for any little tears or little holes, because when these things go and you get your body weight on them, it can be very dangerous. So I always check them that way. Now, how I've learned this is by having things go wrong, and I've had multiple bands break, which here's one of them right here. This one just broke last week, and this is a big one. Now there's no tears in this, it's just old. This is probably about 6 years old, and I've used them for heavy bench pressing, heavy squatting, and especially going from the top down, or power rack benching. So when they go, if you got a lot of weight on there, it's a bad injury waiting to happen. So it's good to check them. If you use them a lot, at least once a year, if you use them a lot, relegate them to lighter duty and buy new ones, because you don't want to screw around with your health and end up getting hurt. So that being said, what I've done with this one is I come in here and I hook my arms into these ones here. So I'm taking my body weight, some of my body weight off. I hold these and then I can come down, suck in there a little bit, come down nice and deep. And I can hold this, I can lean forward, I can come backward, but I can hold this for a lot longer time. And let my knees just sink. And then after I've done this for a while, I'll come back up, sink it back down. So I can actually work my hips a little bit while I'm doing this. And then if I want to go lighter, these are older bands, so they're a little risky doing these, but we just do it for a short time. So I get here, I'm not going to get the help. It helps me get down and hold it, but the swinging part's harder, and coming back up, I don't get as much support from them. So I'll move the camera and show this a little bit more from the front view of this. So again, I just slide my arm through, try to get it up nice and high, hook my hand here to hold, same thing on this side. And I bring my hands in here to hold, come down, and you can see I can squat a lot deeper. Swing it out, swing it back in. And then bring it back up. So one more thing about these straps, if you're a garage lifter, I have a heater in my garage, it's cold out right now. Last week it was below zero. And so most of the time this stuff sits out in the cold. I turn the heater on when I work out. So what happens is these things get cold, they snap a lot easier. That's what happened to that big one. It was just cold, went down, my first one, and it snapped. So always be aware of that these are supposed to be an aid, but they can also be dangerous if they snap. So be aware of that. So I'm going to do it one more time here. And the last one I'm going to show you is a horse stance, and that is just shoulder width, and you hold this. Try not to round forward, try not to grab your legs, try to just keep a nice posture. This is good for the hips, lower back gets beat up a lot, hamstrings, glutes, and I just hold this. I'm up to about 3 minutes now at my max. My goal is to get 5 to 10. So I work at this 3 times a week. And that is the 3 to start. I'm going to do probably a 3 or 4 part series on this, just using a few exercises each time so you can get more in depth with each exercise. If you like what you're seeing, share this, hit the subscribe button and notification bell. I hope to do a lot more of these, and just for reference, my squat is now 2 inches deeper since I've been doing this than it was before. I have no knee pain. My knee sleeves, I don't wear knee sleeves anymore to keep my legs from buckling or keeping them warm. So there's a great benefit to this. So I hope you like this. We'll be doing another one shortly. See you again at Power Cave Training. Bye.